Look, Lil Durk facing disturbing new allegations, but you gotta remember, these are all just allegations. They say not only did he try to slide for Vaughn and end up taking out Lil Pop, but he also put hits on the OTF members, affiliates. Look, bro, this is all bullshit. You could say whatever you want, whatever you want. Where is the evidence? We're not talking about the people that's snitching to try to get out of whatever they trying to get out. Where is the evidence, fam? I'm calling it. A lot of people might say I'm crazy, but I think Durkio coming home. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. They ain't got nothing on him. Yeah, Durk ain't no stupid ass nigga, fam. Point blank, period. All this shit, entertainment. Entertainment. By the end of it, might get the same presidential pardon Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy got. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Nas here, my nigga Sincere, building a $5 billion casino in Queens, fam. Jay-Z got turned down. Why? They say Queens get the money. Sorry, Jay. We win again. Look, bro, he's going to have craps, blackjack, poker, as well as a concert ball with a 7,000 person capacity and a sports academy. Look, bro, $5 billion. It aims to create 24,000 new jobs in the area while bringing in $1 million in revenue in the first year of operations. This is a big win for Nas. Not only that, he's beating Jigga musically right now. Rockefeller ain't doing shit. Mass Appeal is winning, bro. This tells you, bro, sometimes it ain't about winning the battle. It's about winning the war. You know what I mean? Real shit. Yeah, this man won the war. Not to mention that he eviscerated Jay-Z back in the day. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Look, Offset denies a sexual relationship with Saweetie, who was dating Quavo, ended the Migos. Look, the Migos broke up. They say Offset fucked Saweetie. Look, Offset say that didn't happen. It was bigger underlying issues, fam. Bigger underlying issues. He say as a man, he would have never went that way. Well, 6ix9ine thinks different. 6ix9ine say he in fact did fuck Saweetie. I don't know how he know, but you know, bro, when you're in the industry, you know certain things, man. I don't know what happened to the group, but let's just be honest, bro. They was on the road to being one of the biggest groups in hip-hop history, fam. You know what I mean? It just don't hit the same with they solo projects. I'm just being honest, just being real. But they shit still slapping. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the playground. NBA YoungBoy Make America Slime Again tour has earned over $21 million with just 13 out of the 27 shows being reported. Look, this is great. Awesome, my nigga. The nigga is selling out every arena in every city he goes, bro. When niggas didn't think after 5 years of sitting in the house that YB could even sell an arena, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even think he had enough gas to do all these songs over 2 hours of performing every fucking show, bro. I thought it would be more lip singing. I don't really relate to him with all the casket and shit talk, but Death has been calling his name for quite some time. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. When you start playing with that shit, it has a way of finding you. Look, shout out YB. He's guaranteed to make at least 50 million. At least, nigga. We not even talking merch. Man, shout out YB. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the playground. Hernandez Govan throwing shots at T.I. He say he robbed him, took his change, and melted that shit down. You know, look, bro. T.I.P. Tip Harris, where are you, bro? Now, T.I. is like, what, 113 pounds, soaking wet. So this ain't the biggest flex. It's the news for me, bro. It is the news. I never knew that a nigga ran down on T.I. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out Hernandez, Govan. His truth is his truth, bro. The man is out of jail, and he got to make his money, too. Why? That's what's going on today, nigga. That what popular. What happened? You know what I mean? Real shit. T.I. ain't gonna tell it. He got to tell it. T.I. inquiring minds want to know, did he rob you? Did he take your shit? You know what I mean? Never let a nigga take your shit. You didn't learn that? They didn't teach you that in Atlanta? Come on, man. When you're trapping, you got to be able to protect yourself, nigga. Drop it in the comments. Look, Pooh Shiesty has been released. The boy is out. The kid is back. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He was released on good behavior after serving 3 months in a federal penitentiary in Pennsylvania. 3 years. My bad. I know a lot of people say, oh, it wasn't 3 months. It was 3 years. Everybody know that, bro. Look, he was sentenced to 63 months. 5 years, 3 months for firearms conspiracy charges. Look, I don't think he's going by. He's already said he's more like a Slim than a Birdman. The Shiesty Mase, what people don't understand, that's you doing Dutch, but keeping your face clean. The man never wanted to have a record. Who does? Let's just 3 years, bro. They got a way of breaking you, bro. Breaking you. They tear you down to build you back up so your ass never want to come back if you're smart. Look, shout out Pooh Shiesty. He's back with over $3 million. You know, that's how he do it, bro. Scars from the playground. Drop it in the comments, man. Master P competing in a Versuz battle against Birdman. Yeah, him and Birdman going head to head. They calling this the epic battle of Cash Money versus No Limit. Look, drop it in the comments, bro. This ain't about the songs that they own. This more about the record labels. Mystical Lil raping ass in jail, so he ain't gonna be in attendance, nor do I think anybody really want to hear that mystical shit. I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. Birdman gonna win. Yeah, Cash Money wins this one. I'm sorry, man. No Limit did they thing, but it didn't stand the test of time. You know what I mean? That music is like some fly-by-night ass shit. Most of it, nigga don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't really just riding around to that ice cream, man, every day. But when you think about Cash Money, nigga, you can put the Game and Tiger switching lanes. Nigga, that's Cash Money. Nigga, come on. This shit could go for days. He gonna win. Yeah, Birdman. Shout out Birdman, bro. He won this one easily. Drop it in the comments, nigga. Just my opinion. Look, Mase is being exposed for wearing a toupee. This is after a fan zoomed in on the clip and saw that motherfucker lifting up on his head while he was adjusting his hat. This is one of them glue-on joints. Yeah, it's one of them glue-on joints, fam. It's just a toupee, you know what I mean? Look, he's getting older. A lot of people say they're seeing past the money. He's older, nigga. Mase is damn near 50 years old. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. One thing that you can't stop is age. We're all gonna age, bro. We're all gonna age. And if you one of them niggas that's cutting your shit all the time, nigga, your shit is gonna get pushed all the way back here. You know what I mean? Before you know it, you ain't gonna have no hairline. You'll never find a hairline like mine type nigga. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's gonna happen. Shout out, Mase. I mean, it's a lot of things you could do, but he's taking the easy route out, man. You might well go get you some plugs, nigga. You got the money. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, nigga. Squash from the playground. Lil Boosie pleads for a presidential pardon. No, Trump ain't just told him no just yet. Look, he hired a new law firm, J.M. Berkman and Associates, to lobby the federal government for a presidential pardon following his 2025 guilty plea for the federal firearm charge in San Diego. Look, bro say, check my case out. My case was dismissed, but Biden's DOJ recharged me with the same charge Biden pardoned his son of. I was told I am the only person in the country facing that charge now. President Trump, I was already given a 10-year sentence in the state for the little weed. Look, bro, shout out to Boosie, but it ain't gonna happen. You could use as many $1 million words as you want to. You could hire your people to lobby for you, but Trump ain't fucking with it, bro. Why? Because you're asking the wrong motherfucker, bro. You can't just be asking Trump. You got to ask the person that's in charge of the shit, nigga. Look, Gunna announces his first headlining show at Madison Square Garden. This is gonna be part of his first fucking global tour. One World, the One World Tour, kicking off in November, bro. He's going every fucking where. Africa, Australia, the UK. You gonna see Gunna at arenas, fam. He officially has surpassed Young Thug. Look, bro, his last album, what did 80,000 equivalent units first week? OE Scooty only did 48, 50. You know what I mean, bro? On top of that, the main is going on his first world tour. Shout out Thugger, he's performing in front of the courthouse, the Fulton County courthouse. That's cool, nigga. That's cute. But man, you got to do more. You got to do more. Go ahead and get back cool with that man and start collaborating. It's about the music, nigga. That's all it's about, bro. Ooh, Scooty. Wasn't it? Drop it in the comments. Niggas scores from the playground. Look, Nas praises Kendrick Lamar. This is for its unwavering dedication to the culture and its role in preserving the genre's core values. Look, shout out Nas, bro. He's right. He say all the artists love the art form, have opinions on it, bro. He say Kendrick Lamar is not just the biggest, brightest star that we've ever seen, not just a superstar. He say the main is the North Star, you know what I mean? Real shit. And this is after Kendrick Lamar already saluted him on Gen X, bro. He say after Super Bowl, Nas is the only person that congratulated him. All the other niggas agitated. I'm just glad it's on their faces. Look, shout out Nas. He said it, bro. Kendrick Lamar is really about the art. That's one thing I can say about the boy. You know what I mean? The boy is the only nigga that's rapping without back vocals in 2025, bro. That's dope. Drop it in the comments. Niggas scars from the playground. Look, Lil Durk was caught with an Apple Watch in the MDC that he's currently housed in, bro. They are scared that this Apple Watch was used to influence or intimidate witnesses. Yeah, they say for the unmonitored communication with witnesses. They don't know what he was doing with the Apple Watch, but allegedly he tried to destroy that motherfucker when they caught him. Look, shout out Durk, bro. Yeah. You can't win the game like you're trying to win it, nigga. It's like the, fifth, sixth time they didn't caught this man using other people's phone calls or trying to do this, trying to do that, bro. They're watching everything. Once you're behind the walls, fam, you could make a life within that bitch doing the wrong shit. But when you're trying to reach out to the free world, tapped. They tapped. Not to mention everybody is snitching. How did they even know about the watch? Somebody probably told it. Drop it in the comments, nigga. Look, Chance the Rapper's Starline album has been submitted for Grammy consideration. They calling it one of his most ambitious and conceptually rich projects to date. Look, I love the album. I loved it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That ride, even putting Do or Die on that bitch was legendary, fam. That tree, that one, Just a Drop with J Electronica. Look, the album ain't got the attention it so deserves, but look, the main and submitted this for so many awards at the Grammys. Album of the Year, Best Rap Album, Best Melodic Performance, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Pop Solo, and Best Music Video. Look, if he can't win something going on, man. And he already won 3 Grammys in his career, so he ain't new to it. He's true to it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Missy Elliott headlining Victoria's Secret 2025 fashion show. She was announced as one of the headliners. This is an all-girl lineup, all-female lineup that's gonna bless the runway with the top models to bring unparalleled entertainment to Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York City, October 15th. Karol G gonna be there, Missy Elliott, Madison Bear, and Twice. Look, bro, this is one of the biggest nights in fashion and entertainment and it's gonna be live on Prime. If you got Prime and you paid your monthly benefits, you will be able to watch it. If you didn't pay your monthly, you might miss it, fam, but you don't want to miss out on this. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Missy Elliott. Shout out Carol G, Madison Bell, and shout out Twice. Even though I don't know Twice, but after this broadcast, I'm gonna look him up. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. 50 Cent using artificial intelligence for all this unreleased music, bro. After dropping all the AI versions, the 1960 soul samples to his songs on Instagrams, bing, he got the bright idea. Yeah, he got the bright idea. He's gonna let this team create for him amid his absence from hip hop. Now he's still touring. You know, a lot of people say, well, he's not absent. He's still very much a part of what's going on. Look, he's scared to release. He's scared to drop anything new. Numbers ain't the same. If that shit fails to chart, he gonna have to stay inside forever. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why he do all the shenanigans, bro, to try to put some steam behind his name. Well, look here, this artificial intelligence shit, this ain't the move. Yeah, this ain't the move. Why? You helping them boot you out of your seat. Once they acquire your voice, they like that, they don't need you no more. No mas. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. No good. No bueno. Party Next Door releases Some Sexy Songs For You, a film. It's a film, a 10-minute film, amalgamation of 3 music videos. When He's Gone, OMW, and Somebody Loves Me. Look, bro, this is hard. You know what I mean? This is dope. That album is by far one of my favorite albums of the year. It is the best album that's dropped this year. Don't get it twisted. Now, the GNX was all right. That wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? If it's going to battle with anything, man, I think Peterson should be submitted for a Grammy. That's some fucking hell of a job for somebody that's in prison. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But this ain't about that. This ain't about that. Look, 10-minute film, dark mood. Yeah, look, this is a dark mood. Just to add on to the whole R&B aesthetics. You know what I mean? Look, shout out P&D, bro. Solo project coming soon. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Look, Young and Ace, I Am What They Don't See tour has been canceled. Well, sort of. 6 out of 8 of those dates canceled, bro, due to lack of ticket sales. The man can't sell a show. If you can't sell a show, nigga, you can't go on tour. Well, look here, the Allentown and the Austin dates still confirmed. Other than that, the other shows canceled, bro. Why? The death of Fulio. Yeah, the death of Fulio, bro. When you beefing with somebody like that, sometimes you'll rise if your competition dies. But in this case, no, his career went out the door or into the grave. It went 6 feet deep with Fulio. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Shit ain't been the same for him since. On top of that, he's beefing with the clique. You know what I mean? It's all type of internal issues going on over there. Look, drop it in the comments, man. Shout out that man, though. Young and Ace, I like him. But I don't really know him. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Quando Rondo updates fans with a prison release date. Look, he was sentenced 33 months for drug conspiracy charges. That's 2 years and 9 months for the people that couldn't add it up or just didn't feel like it. For some people, math takes a little time. I understand what you're going through, but I was always a math whiz, so that's not what I'm going through. But look here, bro. He was sentenced to 33 months for conspiracy to possess and distribute marijuana. I think the man had like 30 pounds, man, 33 pounds. 3 years supervised release when he get out, $40K restitution. He's at the Elkton Federal Correctional Institution in Lisbon, Ohio, and he will be released on my favorite day, April 20th, 4/20, 2027, unless they choose to let him out on good behavior. Shout out Quando Rondo.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.